So, what are we going to talk about today?
Today on Keepin the GEEK BROS podcast, we've got Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer review. Video games, are they the cause of real-world violence? Potential SNES games on Switch. Microsoft eavesdropping on Skype and Cortana activity. Game of Thrones showrunners to make Netflix show. New Pokemon is a bong. Rise of Skywalker stars reveal his reaction to the script reading. X-Men character that completely changed Marvel history. Rocco's Modern Life Revivals adds transgender character. James Earl Jones returns for Coming to America sequel. New Star Wars kids cartoon. Changes Amazon's Lord of the Rings series are banned for making. Hours cut at Disney's Star Wars land. Tissues for Joe Rogan to host presidential debate. Mark Hamill suits up as a Joker. Dark Crystal trailer review. What we know about Ghostbusters 2020. The Boys season review. Thrawn Treason book review. Love, Death, Robots series review part 16. Squeezy Bits picks. Tyrese reignites fast feud with The Rock. And Inebriated Fitness Carbs, a macronutrient sequel. All this and more on this week's episode of Keepin the GEEK BROS podcast. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, keeping up with the GEEK BROS.
Yes, Keepin the GEEK BROS podcast, episode 75. I'm your host, Vibe, and with me are my fellow co-host,
Darth Flex.
And Garbanzo.
Yes! Before we get started, Darth Flex, give these fine individuals our social media.
Absolutely. You find people can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at GEEK BROS with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S. You can also email us at geekbros with a 0 at yahoo.com. Once again, have not seen any nudes. But all are welcome. All are welcome. Males, female. Send us dick pics. We'll do a full review.
We do not discriminate.
We will do a full review. I have no shame in that.
I
mean, just so you know, we love all our listeners. We'll give you a tasteful review.
Yes, we do. We'll give you the hard truth, pun intended.
Yeah. Now, if you want to check out this beautiful menagerie of, well, at the moment, Café con Leche. Well, actually, no. He will be in here, but at the moment, it's Egyptian cinnamon and milk chocolate. Hopefully, we'll get our Irish cream with a little bit of pumpkin spice.
Yes. Café con Leche is en route. He's actually audio right now. And what was it called? What was it? Pumpkin spice? Pumpkin spice is not on right now, but he's on the way. So, carry on. Sorry.
But you can check out these beautiful toxic masculine faces on youtube.com/VibeRev Studios. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS. And the first place to find the GEEK BROS.
The first place.
We Be Geeks PC.com.
Every Wednesday night you get a lovely new episode of Keepin the GEEK BROS. So basically, definitely that is your first place, because unfortunately I am more and more unreliable with these video recaps. We'll get it. Listen, man, it's hard. That's what she said. All right, before we get into today's topics, we're gonna get to comments and questions from you, the audience. Now, yes, it was another slow week, so we only have a few, so we'll get through them real quick. From Facebook, which is facebook.com/geekbros with a 0. That's facebook.com/GEKBR0S. We got a comment. We posted that Disney announces a $13 bundle for Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. And Andrea Villafana gave us a GIF of the Carlton dance. I guess that's absolutely excited about that, and I'm kind of excited about that too, because
I am so.
It'll save me money.
Exactly.
It'll save me money.
I have Hulu, so I'll just upgrade Hulu, and I don't know. I'll give ESPN to somebody else. Who knows? I don't really watch any of that stuff.
See, I would love, because I want the Disney for the Mandalorian. Right. I currently have ESPN for UFC and PFL, and I currently have Hulu for all the other bullshit that doesn't make it to other shit sites.
You're right. So
I would love that bundle.
Yeah. So that $13 is not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Could be
not
worse.
At all. It's awesome.
So we're gonna move on to Instagram comments. That's Instagram Geek Bros with a 0 GEKBR0S. Follow. We got which is obviously a spam message. We got a message from gay underscore Marcom 9660, and it was hi, how are you? So of course I went right there to the delete button and hit delete. But hi, how are you, gay? Moving on. Our last comment is from YouTube. Unfortunately, it was because I put up the video recap literally minutes before we started recording this episode. So Squeezy Bits got one under the wire, and it's really funny. He goes, Vibe. He's quoting me, Vibe. I like Asian women. Also, Vibe. Can someone help me pronounce this Asian name? Hashtag Forever Alone. So that was quite funny. When I first read it, and I wish I read it on air, I started laughing hysterically. It was ridiculous. So, Squeezy Bits, well played. You're right. I love you, some Asian women. Cannot pronounce any other names or any, and so, I'll figure it out. I'll give them a pet name. I'm really good at pet names. So, and that is it for comments and questions from you, the audience. Of course, guys, we'd love emails. So please email us, geekbros0@yahoo.com. Comment, send us Twitter. I don't think we had any new polls. I didn't put up any more Twitter polls, but tweet us. Twitter and Facebook is on fire. I'm telling you guys. That's the best place to communicate with the fandom, with the audience, with us, and it's we post some really interesting and very random things. So, you got 3 guys posting randomly. You never know what's going to be posted there. It's a crapshoot. Check it out. So, gents, anything to report? Now this segment is replacing How's Your Weekend, because unfortunately somebody told me that our weekends are sounding increasingly pathetic. And it's quite sad.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
agree. No, I'm kind of glad about that.
Yeah. So yeah, our weekends are sounding increasing, and this is again coming from a listener who, a lot of our listeners contact me directly via text message or on the phone or to my face. So this individual, and I'm not gonna say who it was because I told you need to send us something so we can do a shout out. Said that your weekends are sounding increasingly miserable and redundant. So it's repetitive too. So it is now going to be called Gents, anything to report. So anything in general that within the last week that you want to report, including your weekend, that's what we're going to be talking about from now on. So anything to report, Gents?
Sure. I helped my mother set up a TV Fire Stick. No, but I'm actually.
Was that over the weekend?
Yeah, but no. Otherwise, it's been pretty slow. So hopefully this Friday is the closing for my new house, and
awesome.
That's going on too. Another big thing is I finally registered an investment company that I started 2 years ago. It's an LLC now. That's the first steps. Currently planning, hopefully taking off in 2020. That way I don't have to fucking work for anybody. I've been watching a lot of fucking anime and shit, and doing gangster fucking shit.
You should be letting us know so you can put that in Anime and Animation Invasion so you can talk about something on that
section. Like when I ask if you guys watch Attack on Titan Season 3 and you're like, nah, it's fucking gay.
No, I didn't say it was gay. I
said that.
I said the story was convoluted, and I got tired of all the twists
and
turns.
Bro Talk, you just say it's fucking gay.
Okay, understood. Garbanzo, anything to report?
Actually, the past week was extremely boring, and not really much going on except that I was deathly ill for a couple days. But luckily, I went to the hospital and got myself a little bit better. But
you went to the hospital? Not what I wanted to talk.
Yeah, I was in the hospital.
Man, dude,
technically only for a few hours. So they gave me a steroid real quick and put me back to normal, and I was good to go out the door.
Fuck. Speaking of fuck steroids.
Go ahead.
What about the steroids? I'm listening.
No, let Carpanzo finish.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah. So, but the exciting thing is that actually I'm going to be going. I'm going to my happy place this weekend. Coming up, and the reason why I'm kind of excited about it, I'm going. No, not Tootsie's. I'm going to my other happy place.
The Bears.
Actually going to. No, Disney. I'm going to Disney this weekend.
Okay, cool. You're gonna go and check out Stars Land with all the empty space, so you can look and explore.
Okay. First and foremost, it's called Galaxy's Edge. Please, I understand you like to disrespect things, but I still love it. I actually there is the. I'm going to see if maybe I can use my clout as a geek bro. I don't know how well it's going to work, but
You should. You should. I need you to bring
I'm
back
going to
footage
go.
of all of the lack of attendance and all the empty space and all that
Well, as
extra
of
stuff.
right now, it's still not open. Right now, it's by invitation only, and
Oh, okay.
only in 2 hour increments.
Mm.
And you have to remember that also Disneyland doesn't get the same foot traffic that Walt the Disney World does. I hate to say it that way, but it is true. Um,
Oh.
so I mean, you're comparing. It's a different atmosphere.
But yeah, I think, but but maybe what's going on in Disneyland could be what the canary in the coal mine that's saying that there's. So we're gonna get to that though. I don't want to talk about now. We're gonna get to that aspect.
Stop
Actually,
being the negative Nancy. Listen, but yeah,
Garbanzo,
yeah, sir.
you should walk in there with your Celebration Chicago badge. No, it's okay. I'm Garbanzo, Geek Bros. We have 30 followers on Twitter. Cool.
Yeah.
We need more followers. Please follow us on Twitter, please. That's really a shame.
Why? That's like, yeah. Well, anyways,
That's perfect.
I will. Maybe I'll mention my, maybe some of the YouTube videos, the Star Wars Celebration videos. Let them know that we were on the Star Wars Celebration stage. Maybe mention some of that stuff. That's maybe I can talk to somebody that can as a gold member, annual pass holder. Maybe I can get a sneak in. Not sneak in, but be allowed to go in.
Just walk in there, like if you walk in there, like if you own the place, ain't nobody gonna stop you because you look like you're supposed to be there.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
No. You have to pass by an actual person that checks you in. You have to be checked in.
All right, I just walk right past the check-in guy, see what happens.
Be like, do you know?
I don't want to go to Disney jail. Disney jail is real.
Can you bring me back Warwick Davis?
If I can fit it in my pocket, absolutely.
Man, just get one of those drawstring backpacks and put it in there. It'd be fun.
Okay, I might be able to see what I can do. I'll try to see if I can find Warwick.
And that's why we love you, Gonzo. Nothing for the report on my end. I am working like a dog, both in a day job and for the studio. And it's funny, I got sick too. I randomly got sick on Sunday, but I think it's because I accidentally but successfully fasted for 31 hours, which is really weird. It's a long story, but I actually ended up fasting for 31 hours, which was unintentional, and then ended it with a trip to what is it called? Damn.
The emergency room?
Texas, Brazil. And when I ate, I think I ate too much or too fast, and I guess when my sugar shot up, I felt terrible.
What? Hold on. How the fuck did your sugar go up in Texas to Brazil? Were you eating candy?
No, maybe sugar, salt. I don't know what it is. When I started eating, the meat stuff, I ate quickly because I was starving, and then I felt absolutely terrible within 20 minutes. I didn't overeat. I wasn't filled. I wasn't even filled yet, but I guess I don't know what to say. All I know is that I ended up going to the toilet and having to lay down like this. Like, oh my god, it was a good experience. And then, which led to sinus problems, which led to a fever. It was fantastic. That Sunday was terrible in the end. But I did celebrate my son's 15th birthday, that was the point of that. And I now have a high school. As I took him to his bus stop this morning, and I'm very proud to say that I will have a college student before I'm 40. I think I'll be 38 when he's in college. I'm a young father.
Hey.
Yep.
Wow.
Real good question on the topic.
Yeah.
So a mutual friend of ours just became a teacher, and I always joke with her, don't fuck your students. Now, with that being said, if you're something good-looking boy, would you agree?
I would say so, yes.
Now, let's say he's got like a slamming teacher, right?
Yeah.
And like she takes your boy for a ride, like for a real ride.
Right. for after school activities.
You. Like an Asian 10 out of 10.
Oh my
right?
god.
Just fucking. Yeah. She's gonna teach him anatomy, physiology the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Correct.
And you, as a father, as a strong, independent, single father. Okay. Would you be upset that your son just conquered, technically she took advantage of him, whatever kind of pussy you want to use. Would you be upset, or would you kind of trying to sneak in a devil's threesome in there, or what?
Okay, so would I be upset?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Would I be upset because the teacher took advantage of my son, or that my son got himself a piece of 10 out of 10
Well,
ass?
see, okay, let's answer both because
That's a compound question, and then it's more of like a quadrupound question, because then there's a question of me as a man, because I have to answer two different ways from two different aspects.
So
As a
let
father,
me ask.
okay, carry on.
Let me ask 3 questions. The
Okay.
first one: are you gonna be upset that your son took a piece of that, like something that you literally fucking fantasize about all the time we talk?
As both a man and a father, absolutely. I'd be
Okay.
absolutely pissed. I'd be envious beyond words.
Would you ask for pictures? Not of your son. Not of your son.
I would ask for a sketch. I'd ask for a sketch. Can you sketch it for me?
Now, second question.
I'd buy him a drawing pad.
Draw me like your French girls, Jack. Draw me like your French girls.
Second question.
Sorry.
Your son. Okay, now, honestly, let's be serious. You told me your son takes longer showers now that he's older, so I'm sure this wouldn't be like a shock.
They both do.
So I'm sure he wouldn't be shocked, like he wouldn't be traumatized. But would you, as a father, be upset that a older woman and your son, while he may be a young man, he's not fully a man yet? Would you, would you feel upset, or I don't know what the word is? I'm not a father, but like, would you feel whatever the feeling is that a older woman had intercourse with your son?
As a father, absolutely.
Even though she's like,
as a father, absolutely. As a man, I'd say, hell yeah, you're the man. I'd give him some doubt, give him some power, give him a wink. But as a father, yes. As a man, I'd be like, yo, you got that? How? Teach me, or can we share?
Third question. Yeah, that's what I said. The devil's threesome. You got to kind of sneak that in there for the PTA meeting. Now, third question. Your son comes up to you.
This is why our podcast go to 2 hours now.
He confesses this. He's like, Dad, I just took this slamming piece of ass. And this is how he's talking, because while he is young, he's not stupid. Yo, Dad, I just smashed like this 20 out of 10 Asian sensation piece of ass. And he high fives you, and like he's like, yo, can like we go out and have a beer and talk about this? How do you approach? How do you respond after that? He's asking you to, at his age, to have a kind of bonding, talking about a woman, or like a conquest in his very young life, and to share a beer with you over it.
Well, I mean, of course, I wouldn't be sharing a beer with him because he'd be underage. Of course. But
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica, in international waters, maybe. But no, I mean, I would absolutely entertain the conversation, and listen to him regale me with his tale that I can then dream about at night. But maybe ask him for a little description of the body and the texture of the feel. No, I would absolutely engage in that, whether it was a teacher or a random girl in general, because I have that relationship with my kids. Like, all right, so a quick thing. When my oldest son got caught watching hentai at his mom's house, his mom, his nana, and his stepfather all made him feel bad about it. I even have the video up there that shows the truth, that I thought about that. If he asked me what hentai was, I'd probably show it to him. I'd probably sit down and show it to him and say, look, this is what it is. Okay, this is natural. There's nothing that you're doing to your body that I haven't done and probably aren't still doing. So I have that kind of relationship with my children where I don't when you make something taboo, you make it for forbidden fruit. You invite secrets. You invite a back talk, rebellion. When you're more open, not to say that do everything, but when you're more open with them, then I can do this. Well, my dad let me do it anyway, so I don't really need to, kind of thing. So yeah, I would absolutely have a conversation. I'd listen.
So you basically, it's not so much like it's letting nature take its course without having that shame
Exactly.
attached to it.
Exactly.
Where end up with that shame ends up causing resentment later on, or
exactly.
You can ends up with mistakes that could end up not in a good place.
Yeah. You don't end up leaving home and going to New York, going to Florida, and knocking up some girl. So.
I'm sorry, but just to be honest though, starting off as hentai as your first kind of porn, That's like learning how to drive and getting in a race car.
You would say that, but it depends on what kind of hentai we're talking about, because you can say the same thing about porn. Porn is not just porn. There is ridiculous levels of porn, and you can start off at the wrong place with porn too. So hentai is no different than pornography.
How many fathers does she have?
Yeah, exactly. So it's different. Well, we've gone way off topic.
Bonus question.
Ow!
Just let's okay. He
Dude,
comes home, looks at you, he says, "Hey, pops, gotta talk to you." Sits you down, looks at you right in the eye, puts his finger up to your nose and says, "What that smell like, nerd?" How do you respond? Get
the fuck out of my face.
All right, I'm done.
Too many Christmas.
So funny. All right, and that's it for for anything to report. This is not how gents anything to report section will go, but that's the gist. If you want us to talk about our crappy weekends, you need to let us know via email. Let me know if you want me to keep it the way it is. But I told you that our podcast outlines are malleable. They are flexible. They can change at any moment as we continue to express this new free open format. Things will change based upon necessity. So I like the idea. So we're not rigid. Let us know what you want us to hear. Let us know what you want us to talk about. What's going on with the Geek Bros and Geek Bros? I was saying Geek Bros and Geek Girls. What Geek Girls? Nothing. So we're gonna move on. Again, I put up the video today, which is Wednesday, the 13th, or is it 13th?
Today is the 14th.
Wednesday the 14th. I put it up there. Yeah. So if you want to check out the video recap, it's definitely there. Jotar is in that, despite what the preview shows, because he came in just as we began talking about, so he missed the entire part. Just like right now, he's missing the entire introduction part of this. So beyond that,
I think he does this on purpose.
You know, I wonder.
We're gonna Taco Bell, dude.
Huh?
We're gonna Taco Bell, or is it Wendy's or McDonald's?
Yeah, McDonald's. So so with that being said, episode 75 starts now. It's time for the Fresh Scent. Geek Bros approved movie of the week: The Angry Birds Movie 2. Red Chuck, Bomb, and the rest of the feathered friends are surprised when a green pig suggests that they put aside their differences and unite to fight a common threat. Aggressive birds from the island covered in ice are planning to use an elaborate weapon to destroy the fowl and swine way of life. After picking their best and brightest, the birds and pigs come up with a scheme to infiltrate the island, deactivate the device, and return to their respective paradises intact. Now, I put this there because I actually liked Angry Birds 1. It was a surprise hit to me. I ended up laughing more than my kids did, and I actually am looking forward to watching this movie. I even have a shirt that you guys have seen me wear many times, an Angry Birds shirt I love. I love so much. So, gents, either of you interested in watching this movie?
Absolutely, bro. I've been playing Angry Birds since forever. Right now, I'm still trying to beat Angry Birds Star Wars 2. This is pretty tough.
Oh my god, yes, that's so hard.
You know, it's funny because I never really got into Angry Birds. I tried to. It was kind of like a Pokemon Go for me. I played it for a day or two, so this is not for me. But of course, having kids, and they were younger at the time, taking them to all the cartoon movies was the thing. It was like a family thing, and there are very few cartoons that hit me like that I really, really enjoyed. And Angry Birds had me crying. It was so funny. So if you guys checked it out, send us your reviews. geekbros0@yahoo.com. And let us know. We'll read your reviews here. I would assume the guys are going to see it. If they do see it before next week or whatever, we'll have them review it. I intend to watch it, but I don't know how soon it's going to be. I might just wait. All right, so we'll move on to what's new in the gaming world. Video games out this week, brought to you by Darkflex.
All right, once again, all my video games coming out from VG247.com.
I like that. Okay.
Starting with August 13th, we have Emberlight for the PC. We have Dicey Dungeons for the PC. Friday the 13th, the game for the Nintendo Switch. This is actually a pretty interesting one. It's been released before, but it's not coming out for the Switch. You'll love it. We have Exception, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw for the PC. Never Give Up for the PC.
Wait, the other one, was that a Star Wars game? No. Rebel Galaxy?
No.
I don't know. Okay, carry on.
Never Give Up for the PC and Nintendo Switch. We have Warhammer, Vermintide 2, Winds of Magic for the PC.
I like that.
Now, hopping on to August 14th, we have The Great Perhaps for the PC. Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark for the Nintendo Switch. On to August 15th. What the fuck? Okay. Exploding.
What happened?
That's the titles caught me off guard. We're on August 15th, so Exploding Babies Steam Early Access for the PC. Ion Fury official launch for the PC. Witch Eye for the Android and iOS. Dark with a Q for the PC. Shortest Trip to Earth official launch for the PC. Vasara Collection for the Nintendo Switch. Hotshot Burn Steam Early Access for the PC. Train Sim World 2020 for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Now, on to August 16th. We have Zeus Begins for the PC. Grandia HD Collection for the Nintendo Switch. Emma Lost in Memories for the PC, iOS, and Android. And that is all for this week.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Darflex. That is your video games out this week. We're going to move on to The Battle for Azeroth Continues. I'd love to hear about your survey that you did for Blizzard after you're done talking about it.
Oh,
Suck it to us.
Yes.
Okay. Battle for Azeroth. Here's one thing that's actually not necessarily new to me, but I just experienced it. I hit level 60 on one of my characters. Because this is the first time I've actually leveled up to level 60 in the new expansion without jumping through any of the leveling caps. So when you get to level 60, you have the option to level all the way through level 80 by either going to Outland or Northrend. So it's either the Wrath of the Lich King expansion or the the Burning Crusade expansion. Now, this doesn't cancel out the other one. It's just you're able to level through one. If you want to go back to the other one later on, you absolutely can. You just be at a higher level. It'll be much easier to do. It's just up to you. I mean, if you're interested in the Sword of Arthas, you go towards the Lich King. So you go towards Nordren. Or if you're interested in the story of Illidan, you go to Outland and just follow the Burning Crusade one. As of right now, in the World of Warcraft, the Classic name reservation is now open. So if you want to go and reserve your names for the new Classic servers, you absolutely can. I mean, as many as you know, it kind of sucks going in there. You got a really good name in mind, and then it says, sorry, name's already taken. Fuck you. So you're not able to reserve your name. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, it's been pretty steady. The Mythic Keystone Dungeon are doing pretty well in the new patch. And I'm pretty interested to see where the expansion is going to go as far as Sylvanas is concerned. Still, the Battle for Azeroth does continue. Seems like Tyrande and Malfear and Stormrage are kind of like not necessarily leaving the Alliance, but they're just kind of parting ways until they've solved the crimes against humanity, but the humanity themselves, obviously, because as for those who know, Sylvanas did order the burning of Teldrassil, the World Tree, and now the elves are homeless. So that's kind of a bitch move. But right now, it's just tough. It's just tough. I was going to see everything's going to come out. I mean, we are in the brink of one of the biggest wars we've seen since the Tides of Darkness, man. It's gonna be pretty epic. So you're able to do that on Warcraft Live, and if you want to like go on a drinking binge, like a drinking bender, you can absolutely hop on Classic and just grind for no reason and talk with old friends.
Huh.
But just so you know, if you own any of the newer expansions, Classic is included. So when you're in the app, you're able to pick between Classic or Live. It's up to you. So you do have the best of both worlds. That's one thing I do love about Blizzard, that they have offered the fans of Warcraft the option to revisit the older game, vanilla as the hipsters call it, or Warcraft Live, which is the current one, and the expansion of Battle for Azeroth. So I am going to say, while I may not dwell too long in Classic, I am going to go back to it just to see some of the older things. I never got to play through Nextaramis or the Ziggurat coming over Azeroth and dropping deads because I was actually deployed, so I missed that expansion. It would be nice to play it again, so I am glad for that. Again, probably won't spend much time on it, but if you would like to join me in the Battle for Azeroth, you can go into the Burning Blade server, and our guild or clan is the Harbingers of Darkness. I mean, we really need members. We need people to play with. We got money and stuff. We'll help you level up. We'll help you craft whatever you need to craft and just get you up there if you're a new up-and-coming player or if you're a veteran player who's coming back into it. Just join us. You can absolutely email us at geekbros at yahoo.com with your gamer name, with any of your information if you do want to go ahead and jump on Azeroth with us.
All right. Well, before you finish up, you sent us requests because we talk throughout the week even when we're not doing the Geek Bros material. You sent a screenshot of that you were going to do the survey. You said you were going to rip Blizzard apart. Whatever happened with that? Did you ever do it? And what did you say?
So it's actually a pretty long survey. It's just asking about all their games, which I answered all that, and then they told you what can make it better, right? And I absolutely just I'm like, look, listen, I've been playing World of Warcraft for a long time. I enjoy war. I enjoy killing players. I enjoy killing people in Word Another Day. It would be nice, instead of giving us the option of being PvP in the server, just make the server PvP, and people who get into it know what they're getting into it, because we need to bring back killing again. Make killing great again in Azeroth.
Ha!
I want it to be vulgar, but they normally flag and just trash those reviews using profanity and stuff like that. So I got my point across without using any profanity or any threats or stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see if they.
Well, I mean, at the very least, I would love it if they respond to, even if they don't do anything, because I think that'd be really, really funny. Because you were thrilled to death when you sent that screenshot, and I was like, oh snap!
Yeah.
But thank you so much for the World of Warcraft update. We're gonna move on to Pokemon Sword and Shield official trailer review. So I'm gonna pop this on here. As she said, I'm gonna share this screen. So for unfortunately, Garbanzo has clicked off. He's probably just arriving, and Jotaro will be popping up. So me and you will watch this together. So let's share that screen ultra wide. Start sharing. Are you seeing my screen there, sir?
Yep.
Good. Let's do it. All right. Is that a new form for one of the Ekans characters or whatever? Not Ekans.
Ekans.
What's his name?
God, I forgot.
See, I'm so I'm so lost with all these
Coughing.
Yeah, Coffin, like a Coffin Ekan. Maybe that's his third form. Yeah, he only had two forms, right? What is this?
A bong, allegedly. Yeah, he only had two forms.
Oh, I like the way the new evolution looks. What is that? Oh my god. That's the stuff of nightmares right there.
I like the animation. It's not bad.
And I thought that they ran out of ideas what Pokemon could look like. That's pretty good. Is that a Pikachu? Or
there's a meme online of like a picture of Pikachu and Hamtaro together, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" Because they give birth to this.
It's true. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That see, look at that thing. Angry mode or hangry mode.
Is there no volume?
Do you see this ghost thing here? That thing there? What is that?
It's
and, like I know it's something, and it puts over a Pikachu's like fake thing over it. I was like, is that a demon Pikachu? I never played a game that had it in there. Ooh, look, Marine.
She can get it, and it's Marnie.
Whatever. Oh, Team Yell. Are you serious?
That's all the Jotaros.
Whatever happened to the good old Team Rocket? You know, why can't we just do that?
It was too offensive because they represent Nazis, so they took them out.
Team Rocket, really?
No, but
how? When?
I don't know. I'm kidding. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I don't understand why they always when they release games, they release the same game but different versions, but it's still the same game.
It's the same. I believe it's the same concept. I mean, it's always going to be. Do you see me again? I want to make sure you see me. Okay, good. It's always the same concept. And the fact that the games are, you go into the same gyms. It may be a different story. You always have a team going on. You always got gyms to play to fight. And you always got some kind of Elite Four to fight. It's true, but it's a tried and true platform that people love. It's kind of like saying that all the what is it called? Call of Duty games are technically the same thing. It's just different guns. You're still shooting. It's usually the same mechanics. just different graphics. So I don't see anything wrong with it. I just got tired of it, and I only got back into Pokemon just for Let's Go Pikachu because again I am nostalgic, and in my childhood and I loved the Kanto region. I love that story. So, and I'm just waiting for, of course, the Switch game to come out so I can play that, the real game where I'm battling and not just angling my thing and throwing it. So, what did you think of the trailer?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it's just like a better looking Game
Yeah,
Boy
pretty
game.
much. That's pretty much what I think too. I love the animation. I love the graphics. I definitely like the way the Pokemon are looking. And will I play it? I don't know. Probably not because I'm kind of tired. I'm waiting for Switch, it is coming out on the Switch, and I do want to play it. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I wish they do Team Rocket. That'd be great. All right. Anything else to say about the trailer before we move on?
No, I mean it's pretty bland. Was there no volume in the video?
Oh, you didn't hear the volume?
No.
You should have. Did you hear the volume the last time?
Yeah, I did.
That was probably. Oh, you know what it is though? You're probably getting the volume from my computer, but I have my headphones in. That's why. I just get the headphones out. That's what it is. Okay. All right. Well, next time. We're gonna move on to video games. Are they the cause of real-world violence? This article comes from CNN.com, and Darflex, you're up.
Yeah. So I picked CNN.com just because I don't know, they've been doing pretty bad lately, so maybe they could use some publicity. But I mean, CNN says it pretty much in their topic that video games are unlikely to cause real world violence. Experts say, which it's baffling that you need a fucking expert to tell you that, but whatever. What is crazy is that if you open up the article, the first thing you see is President Trump's face. Like, come on, CNN, come on. Like, what the fuck is that got to do with video games? Yeah, I get it. He's the president. He talked about mental illness and hatred, and so
right.
Stick to the topic and stop trying to president bash, bro. Like, this is why a country is a joke to other people because of cucks like you. But video games have never, ever made me want to kill people. I mean, it made it look cool though. But then I just joined the military and did it legally. So
understood.
Like, I've never played a video game. I'm like, oh my god, I really need to fucking go out and just fucking shoot up a school or shoot up a mall. I mean, have you?
No. Would you say that the violence of video games is a good outlet for aggression?
Absolutely.
That's the I think about it. I mean, I think it's a good outlet for aggression. Like if you have that inside of you, it's inside of you. Period. That's what she said. But I think that being able to express such primal aggression in a safe location or a safe space or a safe environment that's harmless, I think it's good for for that machismo that we got stuck up inside of us. I don't think it promotes anything. I think it actually alleviates the aggression that could cause. We probably would have more of these things if we didn't have like such media to and get all uptight about and stuff. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I always go crazy on Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I do some fucked up shit. Too bad they don't have kids in that game.
Oh my god, just play the bully game. That'll work.
Yeah,
for
but you can't kill the kids.
Well, I mean, you can bully them to probably like do something to them. So I don't know. Who knows? All right. So is that it? Are we gonna move on or?
Yeah, I mean that's one to talk about really, because what is there more to say other than you don't need a fucking expert to tell you that it's not the fucking video game, it's a person.
No, of course, and this is an old topic. They tried this crap in the early '90s or the late '80s, and it didn't go anywhere then either. So I mean, I don't know why this is still a thing. Why are we still talking about this? It's
just like the movies, bro. They're fucking recycling articles, bro.
Oh, exactly. It's no different. I think. I mean, violent video games, violent stuff on TV. I mean, come on. I don't think so. This has struck anything else that I would think so. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to Nintendo hints at SNES games on the Switch with an FCC filing. Now, this article comes from TheVerge.com, and Nintendo appears to be. Oh snap! It is Joe Taro in the house, shrouded in darkness, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi. Let me just turn on that light real quick. Give me a second.
You've got to appreciate that Joe Taro's consistency. Always wearing a white tee. You gotta love it. So as he turns on his light to to brighten up his day. Nintendo appears to be preparing to launch SNES wireless controllers for the Switch. In an FCC filing spotted by the forum posters, photos of the new SNES controller have been marked as confidential until next year. However, a label location reveals that there could be a ZL and a ZR button at the top section of the Joy-Con to attach it to the Switch controller. Nintendo launched the SNES wireless controller for the Switch last year alongside access to classic NES. So, we look like there's a potential Super Nintendo video games for the Switch. Who's excited about this?
I'm not necessarily excited, but I mean, it's nice. It's nice that it's coming.
I'm excited. I love the SNES.
I'm super excited. I've always been a fan of SNES games. Very excited.
What games have you played?
Contra, Mario Brothers, Battletoads. Remember Battletoads?
I remember Battletoads. You ever played that game? It was like a game show, and you have to shoot people until you get killed. Oh God, I don't remember what it was called. It was like a game show.
What violent game was that?
Dude, it was like little sprites and look, me and my best friend at the time. Well, no, she's not my best friend. My childhood best friend. I used to go over to her house, and she'd have that game, and basically it's called something. But I know if you guys know what I'm talking about, please email me, let me know. And basically, you're these little.
Are we talking about Vibe's imaginary best friend again?
Yes, we are. I like that pink shirt, dog. Oh, yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Garbanzo is now back in the building. Now he's also on. So all four of us are here. So with that being said, it is time to take that picture before I get into it. So, gentlemen, let's get that picture. Let's pretend like we care. Dark up or anything. Darflex doesn't care. I don't even know what I want to use. Oh man. Okay. All right.
Just take the fucking picture. There you go.
You just tell me to take the fucking picture.
I know, because I know every single time you need like an item or something to
look. These pictures need to be convey some kind of I gotta watch this episode. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but they see my face though. That's all they need.
Yeah, but your face usually comes out grainy, so and that of course is by design. So anyway,
nature's design.
So we just some people are photogenic and you're just not one of those people. So Garbanzo, we just basically touched on the fact that looks like the Nintendo has patented with the FCC a little patent, whatever, for the SNES wireless controller for the Switch, which gives the implications or the assumption that SNES games are coming to the Switch. How do you feel about that?
I'm super excited for SNES games going to the Switch. I'll be great if they actually continue that and with that pattern do the N64 games and just give me back that 3-prong controller.
Hey, Vibe.
Control. Yep.
Will you be introducing your offspring to the SNES games, or
actually they started playing video games. Their mom introduced them to video games, and it was with an SNES.
Really?
Yeah.
It'd be you.
No, because I wanted to prevent it for as long as possible because I remember how absorbed I got into it. So the idea was that I didn't. There are a lot of understandings me and their mom came to that she didn't follow. And one of them was that we were going to hold off on video games until we both agreed it was okay. But I guess she needed an outlet for them to be calm and collect so she could do her thing. So she actually introduced it to them. Actually, the Pwn Video Game Wars series, the intro, the first trailer that I made for that for my boys when they did their YouTube channel, it actually said, I think it was 1998 they were introduced to the Super Nintendo and Mario World. I think that's what it was. But yeah, she introduced it to them, so they know about it. But wow. I would absolutely love to play those older games, especially the one I was talking about, where you're these little guys on the board and you're shooting. It's like a horde of like mini, I don't know, zombies where they're trying to kill you. You're running around the screen like shooting up, left, right, around to kill everybody. You guys, somebody knows what I'm talking about, and it's a game show basically. It's a game show, and it's like you're fighting for your life. I don't remember what it's called, but anyway, we're moving on. So that is it for what's new in the video game world. We're gonna move on to inebriated fitness. Darflex is an exercise physiologist with a BS in exercise and sports science. He's a certified CSCS strength conditioning coach, a CISSN sports nutritionist, sports injury specialist, and currently an MMA weight cut specialist and a nutritionist. And the funny thing about that, though, is I just interviewed a doctor for Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital for the Healthy Parenting Podcast, my alter ego that I did, and he just came back from the some training thing in Colorado for the Olympics, with and that's what he's there for sports medicine and for what is it called? Physiologist, yes, but for injuries, what is it called? Sports injury specialist, something like that.
I guess so.
Yeah, but he was a doctor, so it was funny. As I was interviewing him, I was thinking about, I was like, yeah, man, this guy is that's Darflex's future. So, carbohydrates, a macronutrient sequel. Carbs or carbohydrates are biomolecules that have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms, usually with a hydrogen oxygen atom ratio of 2:1. In nutrition, carbs refers to one of the three macronutrients found in sugar, starches, and fibers, which are found in fruits, grains, vegetables, and milk products. So, Darflex, carbohydrates.
I lost interest in this topic.
Okay. So,
so carbohydrates, you have different types. I'm going to use layman terms, but let me real quick just explain it. It's you have monosaccharides, 1 sugar, disaccharides, 2 sugars, polysaccharides, many sugars, oligosaccharides, complex sugars. But then for you people, we have simple and complex carbs. A carb is pretty much a sugar, right? We run on carbohydrates in a sense. Our energy source or the substrate is carbohydrates. The product is adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the actual biochemistry of carbohydrates. I want to touch on it in the sense of how people demonize it. Carbohydrates are not bad. Almost everything, save for some meat products, do not have carbs in it. Carbs aren't bad. Eat real food. What people need to actually look out for is we look at carbohydrates and they look at sugars. Look at added sugar. Foods that normally have added sugars, that's where it starts to hit you, because normally that's the processed stuff. Again, processed sugars, refined flours and sugars, that's what gives you diabetes. That's what gives you high cholesterol. That's what negatively affects your health. Carbohydrates in its own, how they naturally occur, are actually pretty good for you. Unless you're keto adapted, carbohydrates is going to be our main source of energy. You need to eat carbohydrates. Something like the Atkins diet. Well, the new improved one works, but like the original Atkins diet, not a very good diet. You're completely cutting out carbs without replacing it with another substrate. Actually, I believe the dude, the Atkins guy, the doctor, he died possibly because of that. Oh, wow. It was some kind of like heart failure, some kind of organ failure, but it was due to not giving his body what it needs. So like it's funny, like people say, "Oh, no carbs," this and that, and then they're eating a fat ass salad. What do you think that salad is made out of? What do you think is in plants? I mean, last time I checked, plants, aren't animals. Plants produce their own sugars inside for their own energy. They store sugar.
Allegedly.
That's what a tree does. That's what a plant does. Take, for example, why do we have fruits? Why are fruits so sweet? So a tree, let's say a mango tree. The tree's growing. It takes all the nutrients from the dirt, the water, everything. It starts to shoot up the xylem and everything through the tree. And it nourishes the tree. But it's going to have leftover sugar. In a sense, humans, we get rid of it through like shit and piss, the stuff we don't digest, right?
Allegedly.
The tree's going to bring it all up. And then unused sugar, it's going to store in fruits, like a mango. Right? The fruits we eat are just to store sugars from plants. So sugars are good for you. Sugars are not bad. Yes, cutting down on carbohydrates, if you're trying to burn fat, will make a good impact. We'll see results. And people say, if you're trying to lose weight, don't eat fruits. That's more if you're trying to lose weight to get shredded or like have a good physique, right? For like this whole group here, for like us. cutting out sugars really won't. I mean, not sugars. Cutting out fruits won't make that big of a difference. Now, if we cut our carbs down a little bit, yeah, we'll see a bit of improvement in their physique. Now, if we're going to compete for like a physique or Mr. Olympia, then yeah, you might want to stay away from sugars like fruits, tomatoes, lettuce, because you need to get shredded. But that's after you get below 10% body fat. I mean, if you're at 10% body fat or lower, you're already golden. Unless you're going to compete, you need to be lower than that. But fruits also offer you a very wide range of nutrients and minerals. So it's just, I don't know. I get angry when I hear like all this bro science, all these CrossFitters, all these Herbalife people. Yeah, watch out for carbs, or yeah, I'm not eating carbs, or I can't have carbs past this time, or carbs this, carbs that. Nutrient timing is important if you're an active individual. Obviously, like I mentioned before, there's fast sugars or there's fast carbs and simple carbs or complex carbs. Simple carbs absorb pretty quickly. What are simple carbs? Candy, juices, fruits, leafy, light green vegetables like lettuce, cucumbers. Those are all
celery.
Celery is actually yes, but it's mostly fiber. Fiber is another carbohydrate in a sense because fiber we don't really digest too well, so it just passes through us. I think I could be wrong. Don't call me this. This is a little old, but you burn more cat. 1 second.
We're at war.
From what I've heard in the past, I don't know if this is true or not, but you burn more calories eating celery than you gain from eating it. That's how little nutrition it offers. But so simple carbs like fruits and candy, or like a carb drink, or just raw sugar, are really good right before a workout or immediately after a workout when your body is in need of replenishment of glycogen in the liver and the muscle cells. Now, the complex carbohydrates are slow digesting carbohydrates like sweet potato. Brown rice is not really a complex carb. Like, fuck what you guys have heard. It's just that's like hippie science. But so like sweet potatoes, like good quality oatmeal, quinoa, whole wheat products. Actually, like my favorite are whole wheat Triscuits when I used to bulk. But those, like the casein protein we covered last time, are slow digesting macronutrient for the respective macronutrient carbohydrates. Those are pretty good in the morning.
What about whole wheat shredded wheats?
Please save your questions. Please save your questions to the end.
So the shredded wheats are pretty good too because they'll make you feel full, but they're also pretty high in fiber, which you're mostly gonna just shit that out because we don't digest fiber like other creatures, for example, termites do. But it's gonna offer us a little bit of energy, not that much. But it is good. It is good, especially when you're bulking. All the whole wheat stuff is pretty good to eat. You just got to know when to eat them. That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
Almost all nutrition comes down to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Fats aren't bad. Cholesterol is not bad. Protein is not bad. Real sugar is not bad. Carbohydrates are not bad. It's just when you eat them, make smart choices. I mean, if you fucking go out and drink and then go to Denny's and kill like 6 fruit salads, yeah, you're probably it's gonna go straight to your face. But if you make the right choices, you should be fine, man. It's almost anything in life. It's just the processed stuff you want to stay away from. But unless you're keto adapted, you're gonna need carbohydrates. Your brain needs it. You need it to function. You need to feel. You need it to recover. You need it to build muscle. We build muscle so while yes, protein is building blocks of muscle, we need energy to use that protein to break it down and to build the muscle. Where does the energy come from? Carbohydrates. You need carbohydrates. Also, another thing I like to cover, just really quick. This is pretty new that we've been studying is. Apparently, people think alcohol turns into sugar when it goes into your body. I have been led to believe that is not true. I believe that while alcohol offers 9 calories per gram, I don't think it transfers into energy properly. So you can probably drink booze and not get fat. It's just what you eat while you're drinking because you're not properly breaking down fat because the liver is breaking down alcohol to hydrogen peroxide. But that's neither here nor there. Just wanted to hit that. But otherwise, yeah. Any questions or carbs?
Well, okay, so all right. I had a nutritionist, and a nutritionist had told me once, very, very, very plainly, that any diet that cuts carbs is ridiculous. So it's not healthy, it's not sustainable. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, because if you look at actual diets, they do not cut carbs. Tell me one diet that cuts carbs.
I mean, I'm not sure, but
Well, a lot of the ones that I have, the crash diets that I have been on in the past, I'm not gonna lie, they usually cook carbs at the very beginning, and then after a week or two, they start reintroducing carbs slowly. In the course of the first, like after usually the first 2 weeks, it's starving your body of carbs, and then feeding it the right carbs after that is
But
the way it was described to me.
does it truly cut out carbs? Like, are you eating salads? Are you drinking any kind of teas? Are you drinking
Oh
any
no, no,
kind?
yeah. There's still, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
By
there's not one diet other than the original Atkins that I can think of that actually cuts carbs. Even keto, I think you take about 25 to 60 grams of carbohydrates a day.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very slow, a low amount of carbohydrates, enough to give you a headache or and migraines, but you do adapt to it. But like real diets do not cut out carbs.
What
okay.
about
Well,
so what about fasting? Like if I'm fasting and I want to have like a Chicago deep dish pizza at 3 p.m. while I'm supposed to eat, is that okay? I mean,
So
fasting is a whole nother level, isn't it?
it depends why you're fasting, but just because you are fasting, let's say you already eat that whole pizza, it's very unlikely you're going to be at a surplus of calories at the end of the day because an 8 hour eating window, in my opinion, it's very uncomfortable to be in surplus. So, yes, while it might not offer you the best nutrient density, it's probably not going to affect your body composition as badly as if you were not fasting and eating that.
Okay. 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 Thank you, sir, for
Yes,
that.
sir.
Good to know.
do carbs make you fat?
Well, so it's not necessarily carbs. It's calories that make you fat. It's energy in versus energy out. So if you're at a deficit of 500 calories a day for 7 days, you lose 1 pound a week. 750 a day is 2 pounds a week of fat. This is fat now we're talking. Okay, being at an excess, I forgot what the excess is. I think it's slightly lower than that, but yeah, you do store it as fat. So it's not necessarily calories. Not necessarily carbohydrates that make you fat. Now they do offer quite a bit of calories per gram, and it is a I don't know what the word would be for it, but it is a storable source of energy, and you were stored in the form of fat. Now, what I have found out, though, even though I'm telling you calories is what makes you fat, we have done studies that overfeeding in protein, right, which also offers a good amount of calories per gram, actually does not make you fat. It does not change your body composition for negatively. You'll gain a little bit lean mass, but it still doesn't seem that you'll gain any free fatty mass.
Wow.
Interesting.
That is very interesting,
So,
actually, because I think I overcome uh on the protein.
Yeah, actually,
beyond that.
if you check out where we
Oh,
post our studies on the ISSN.net or JISSN.net, which are their journals, just type in any micronutrient, you'll get some pretty good studies. Protein, while you might feel kind of sick or a little hot from eating on a protein, doesn't seem to change your body composition in a negative way, unless you're trying to lose muscle. But carbs in excess it does seem to make you fat, but it's
Huh.
just all of a sudden it's just a matter of energy in versus the energy out.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. And that wraps up this Intermediate Fitness. If you want more fitness or nutrition tips, or you want to see some of the sweet UFC posts, then follow him on Instagram at DARTH_FLEXX. We're going to move on to Anime and Animation Invasion Love, Death, Robots, Part 16, Ice Age. A young couple move into an apartment and find a lost civilization inside their antique freezer. All
awesome.
right, we're going to do the good, the bad, the ugly.
This
Let's get
episode was
started.
funny.
Yeah, what? Shut up. Darflex, the good.
The good, to me, honestly, it was kind of a shock that this was the first non-animated short. I actually enjoyed it. Now this, I guess you could say, what? God damn it! All right, so it was kind of a palate cleanser in a sense, but it was nice to see that it wasn't animated. But the story itself, I've always seen this theme in like The Simpsons and other things, and I think it's a pretty interesting one, having that kind of micro life inside whatever. For example, Lisa grew it out of her teeth, and these people had it inside their freezer. I think it was pretty interesting because
Or
me,
Bender on top of his body.
yeah, like me as a person, like I've always wanted to have one of those so I can like start killing them and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Listen, so I would assume you never successfully had like an ant colony or anything.
I did. I did it good. Not an asshole.
Did you drown? Yeah, I can see him drowning though. Garbanzo, the good.
I actually was I was pleasantly surprised that it technically it wasn't animated. Of course, they still had CGI, which you can still call it a form of animation. But it was just fun to watch, and Topher Grace actually was a nice surprise addition to the cast.
Jotaro.
Yeah, his girlfriend or whoever she was to him was kind of hot. Not not to just pinpoint on the female.
No, you're more than welcome to. You absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to just
we're a bunch of men. It's okay.
Yeah, I will.
Toxic masculinity.
Exactly. You know how some people are that that watch this, but any case, no, it was actually I didn't expect it to be a non-anime type episode, but the idea behind it I thought was actually kind of brilliant, to be honest. Yeah. Having like a small civilization of people in a freezer. I mean, that would be like the last thing I would have thought would what would happen in the episode. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I agree. It was. I wouldn't say it was a pleasant surprise. It's just it shocked me or surprised me when it just immediately. I thought I accidentally ran out of episodes. I thought this played a whole different thing. I thought it was sometimes when you don't Netflix, it goes onto another show, you're not paying attention, it just jumps right to it. Or Hulu does that too. So I thought that's what happened. I was like, what episode? Is this the 70s show revival? What's going on? So when I first started watching it, it's only because same thing of the girl, because I've seen her in Die Hard. I've seen her especially in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Die Hard, that's where she's from.
Yeah, okay. She's John McClane's daughter in one of the episodes. And yeah, I do. I think she's attractive, so that kept my focus. I always loved the idea of the rise and fall of civilizations. Actually, that's why I play the game Civilizations, because it's the same thing. You start with a god's eye view of a society that you're building. You go to war. You don't go to war. You have to win. You either diplomacy. They go to space, and then somebody wins, and then you start a whole new level with different players. And you go and you start all over again. So I enjoyed that. The bad Dark Left.
No bad.
Garbanzo.
I don't actually have any bad.
Jotaro.
The bad.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't really necessarily have any bad. I just wanted to. I wanted to know what happened to them afterwards. Like, and after the whole dinosaur thing came, I wanted to know more. Like, I wanted to see what happened after that scene, but they cut it off. So.
Well, let me start over again. The bad for me was the absurdity of the reaction of the two main characters. They did not react like real people, in my opinion. I don't think anybody in that situation would react the way they did. There was very little awe and wonder, and more like curiosity and, oh, this is kind of cool. Let's play with this new toy or whatever. In reality, most people would freak the hell out when they see something like this in their freezer. I know I'd freak out. Like, what the hell is this? What does this mean for our world? It kind of blows your whole idea out the water. You know what I'm trying to say? So, as much as it's a show and it doesn't have to be like that, they're very tongue in cheek about it. And I was just like, dude, nobody would react like this. So
it's just annoying.
That was the bad for me, is that there was just no react. Even when they disappeared, the sadness that the guy kind of felt. It felt disingenuous as well. It was like, oh, this pet that I knew for a week ran away, kind of thing. Like, it was weird. It was a weird thing. So, the ugly, gentlemen.
No ugly.
No ugly for me too.
I'm ugly less.
You're ugly list. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any ugly either. No, that was just the only bad for me. I was gonna put it in the ugly, but I still kind of enjoyed it. Did you guys enjoy the episode?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
great.
Very much so.
Oh wow, there we go. That's what I like to hear. All right, well, that's Love, Death, Romance Part 16. We're almost done. We are still looking for suggestions. I know Squeezy gave us something, but I forgot about what to replace when this is over. Because I think we only have 2 episodes left. I think maybe 1 or 2.
And one of them is still my favorite episode out of all of them.
There you go. So I can't wait to get to it. So we're gonna get close to them. Then we're gonna replace it with something else. We're gonna move on to Gadgets R Us. Microsoft is eavesdropping on your Skype and Cortana activity. Now this dovetails off of another article that we had talked about regarding the Alexa and your phones from Google. So it's funny. So this article comes from lifehacker.com. Yes, we are absolutely expanding. What are you doing, Flex? How close is close?
I like herpes on my lip, man.
Thanks for sharing.
No, actually, please keep it to yourself.
No, I think it's just that. I think that's a lower lip zit. You know, you get those lip zits.
Yeah, that's it.
No, it's not that. It's actually pretty big. It's like this whole area. It's because I got cut, so but it swelled up pretty bad.
I don't know. It looks like one of those lower lip zips or the upper lip zips. Those things are ridiculous.
No, it's like from here to like. Here.
No, but I don't see it. But you brought it really close. I didn't see it. But all right, get yourself some Abreva. You'll be good to go.
Abreva?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's good for cold sores and abrasions on your lip.
Oh, Abreva, send us free stuff.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Abreva send us free stuff. It's actually pretty good. It's for anything from cold sores to lip scratches. It works pretty well. So
all we need now is a jingle.
And
can I put it on my dick?
You can, but it might irritate it because it actually dries out the area. That's the thing. So you don't want to dry out your dick. I don't think so. If not, get Carmex. Carmex will work too. It's medicated lip balm, but that thing burns. And don't put that on your dick. Don't do that at all. Not that I would know anything about that. Anyway, so
I'm sure you wouldn't.
This article comes from lifehacker.com. A number of companies are starting to have reservations about using real people to improve their digital assistants by reviewing what you've said to your smart speaker or phone. I'm willing to bet that Microsoft will soon about facing this practice. But right now, contractors must listen in to what you say on Skype, Translator, and Cortana. So what do you guys think? This is a follow-up. They have people literally paid to listen to snippets of what you're recording on Skype and Cortana, just like they did with Google's what is it called? Yeah, Google Home and Google and whatever. We discussed this, but are we still like how do we feel about this? Because we're on Skype right now, and right now somebody's taking snippets of what we're doing on Skype
So that means we have more listeners than we think.
Yes, but
awesome.
we're not getting the numbers. We need the numbers though. So
hey, look. If you guys are listening, listen. We appreciate it. Just fucking give us a follow so we need some goddamn numbers, bro. If you want to keep listening to us, if not, then fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck.
We need the numbers.
Send nudes.
That too. But what do you guys think? So now here's another company, Microsoft, doing the same thing Google's doing. We're doing the same thing that others are doing. They're listening to they claim it's just for quality control. They claim it's for speech recognition. They claim it's to help recognize your voice and to optimize speech.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Wait, so people who are having like Skype sex and stuff like that, they're listening in?
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course.
Pretty much.
Of course.
It's cool.
It's bullshit. It's just an excuse. Of course, I'm listening to everything.
Agreed. I absolutely agree, and I believe that's what's really going. Even if they say they're doing
we're trying to. It's like what
control.
Yeah, there was an article I read. They said, "Oh, we're just trying to test this out and that out." No, come on, man. It's complete bullshit. They obviously listen to everything we're doing.
Everything.
It's true, and that's what bothers me. The fact of the matter is, even if they say, "Okay, we're not doing it anymore," can you believe them? Can you really trust them? No, because they're probably still doing it. They're just going to do it behind your back. So, unfortunately, this is the world that we live in, and what can you do about it? I mean, you can try your best not to do, not to participate in these things, but your cell phone is near you. You can't live without your cell phone. You've got your smart TVs. You got your webcams. It is almost impossible to get off the grid and not be listened to or eavesdropped on. Period. So are we forced now to just accept this reality that we have?
I mean, honestly, at this point in time, it's either it's gonna be part of it, and you deal with it, and the companies know this, so that's what it is.
Disappointing. I think it's disappointing that we are Big Brother is listening all the time, and Big Brother doesn't have to be the government; it could be the companies because Big Brother and the companies all go hand in hand anyway. So I'm just saying. But
you know what? Abraham Lincoln once says, "A society who gives up their freedom and privacy for security deserve neither."
True story. It was right. It was right before he started killing vampires.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. I saw that documentary. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? At this point, what are you gonna do? Does it mean that we should give up? No, but does it mean that? Oh, let me get this out of my face. But yeah, I mean, we can petition, but then how do we know? How do we know?
We never do.
Man, that's the problem. So everybody get a VPN. All right, so we're good. So moving on, do you know what that is? You do? Okay, good.
Is that what you do with your illegal Fire Stick so the FBI doesn't check in on what you're fucking doing?
It's similar. What the VPNs are is that they take your IP address and they bounce it all over the world, so nobody can track your IP address, and none of these people can track what you're searching for, and it's kind of like your own private.
There's an app on Apple for anybody who has an iPhone on the App Store where you can create your own VPN.
The hell's doing that? Sorry, carry on. There's an app on the App Store for what? There's an app for that? What'd you say?
Yeah,
there's an app. There's an app on the App Store to create your own VPN.
Oh, really? That's cool. But yeah, I mean, they say it's pretty good. You know, not to say, and you don't need to be doing shady crap to get a VPN. You know, it's just that it's just if you value your privacy and you value not having your searches. If you want to search for something and not have it immediately pop up on your Facebook feed or as an ad somewhere when you're looking at it, then that's what you want a VPN for, because that's one of the creepiest things about these capture things is that even if you're just talking about it, it'll pop up. And I swear to God now, VPN ads are gonna pop up on my feed now that I've said it. Well, my phone's right next to me, and that's what happens. So, I'm just saying, like this. I bring up. I don't know about you guys, but I bring up all the articles every episode, and I bring it up on my computer as we record, and it's all random stuff, and all these things, anything that can be attributed to an ad will then pop up immediately the days after.
Yeah, on Facebook too. Yeah.
I'd be like, I was just talking about this, so I'm just saying, get a VPN, okay? VPN services, you come sponsor us. We're all about it.
VPN, ladies and gentlemen, pick one up.
Okay. Yes. All right. So we're gonna move on to Squeezy Bits picks. Tyrese Gibson reignites fast feud with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, this article comes from People.com. Tyrese Gibson is back at it 2 years after igniting a feud with Fast and Furious co-star Dwayne Johnson for extending the franchise with his summer spinoff movie Hobbs and Shaw. So basically, Hobbs and Shaw had a $100 million global opening, and Gibson said it's not a win because it only did 180 globally. I think it was like 60 or 80 million here, and then of course the rest came from overseas, which is far smaller than any of the Fast. Actually, it's the weakest opening for any Fast and Furious movie since I think Tokyo Drift. So
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, it was the lowest. It was the lowest.
Tokyo Drift was garbage.
I like.
It was
Tokyo
not.
Drift. I like Tokyo Drift. I did. I thought it was
still my favorite one.
Good. So I don't know if this is my favorite one, but I like Tokyo Drift. It was pretty.
That
pretty
guy
good.
cannot act. I'm sorry. Come on.
No, yeah. If you ignore him, I wasn't doing it watching it for him. So but anyway, so Gibson threw it in his face, saying, I told you not to break up the family, and maybe next time, you'll join us back, and you won't, be selfish or whatever. So Squeezy Bits wanted us to discuss this. What do you guys think about this? Is he being salty, or is he kind of right that you are greedy or selfish to split off from the franchise?
Hollywood in itself is greedy and selfish. You can't expect one actor to go ahead and want to do his own thing.
Well, I mean, loyalty. They talk about loyalty, and of course, Fast and the Furious is all about family. So you're breaking up the family to do your own thing, which is funny because he said nothing to Jason's statement, but Jason's statement really he's only been in it for what two
Yeah,
one
because he don't give
one
a
or two
shit.
movies.
Yeah, I don't care.
So that was a random R2. Whose is that?
What? No, yeah, it's my phone.
Okay, fantastic. So any other comments about this? What about you there?
I think that Tyrese is being a little bitch, a little beta male. The Fast and Furious movie concept is ridiculous. I'll still watch them. I enjoy the shit out of them, and I'm pretty sure, like 87% sure, Vin Diesel is a closet homosexual.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just. I mean, yeah.
The shade.
Are you saying that because of that one video that he made?
Which video?
That Beyonce song?
That's one of the reasons, but I mean, come on, bro. He's always wearing a fucking tank top. He's always fucking grilling outside. Like, what do you got to hide, bro? Like, what do you got to hide?
He's always wearing a tank top.
He's always grilling outside. Like, what the fuck is that?
And a fucking white wife beater. Also on top of that, like, why are you always like softly but smoothly talking to men and giving them like side grins? I'm pretty sure. I mean,
where is this? Where are you seeing this?
Watch every single fucking Fast and Furious movie. Now, there is nothing wrong with that. He needs to come out and fucking admit it.
I'd like to see if he does this off screen. So if he does, then I'll agree with Flex because
that Beyonce thing is off screen. Also, do you notice that when he's filming with The Rock, in most scenes he looks the same height as The Rock?
Right.
But Vin Diesel's like Vibes height, right?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. No. Why we gotta say Vibes height? Like, what does that mean?
Because the rest of us are taller.
Yes.
I don't know. I dispute that. I don't think that I'm the shortest. I think
out of this group you are.
I disagree.
I just want to acknowledge that Vin Diesel does not reach 5'9", but yet in the movies he looks the same size, like the same height as The Rock. Like, what do you gotta hide, bro? What do you gotta hide?
No, it's not as that. I mean, it could be for framing for because the only right now it's not fun to film people that are drastically different heights. It's not easy to do that. So what are you doing?
It's camera angles.
So yeah, exactly. It's not easy to do, but it's inconvenience. Plus. So and it happens everywhere. Most movies will add height to an actor and actress for gravitas or for so people can reach each other or whatever it is. That's actually common. That's really common in Hollywood. So that's not. I don't think that's him compensating for anything. It's just probably a director's choice.
Sure, being that he owns it too. So fucking yeah, whatever.
He doesn't.
It's his world.
He doesn't own it. I'm just, saying.
He bought Fast and Furious. He's close to becoming a billionaire.
Oh, what is it? Stop sending links. God damn it! The last time you did that, we had issues. So, all right. Well, so we're gonna. Anybody else any further conversations about this? No, not
Vin Diesel, please reach out to the podcast. You can openly come out on this podcast. We accept you.
This is a safe place.
Oh, thank you so much, Garbanzo, for showing me this. I had no idea this even exists.
What did he show you? What did you
Garbanzo sent the link. He sent the link to Vin Diesel dancing to Beyonce. Wow.
Awesome. Moving on. We're gonna get into open mic.
Open mic.
I
spit on my laptop.
The Game of Thrones showrunners to make shows for Netflix. And this article comes from EU.com. There's a massive deal with the Game of Thrones showrunners to make shows for Netflix, which is, Netflix is doing whatever they can to stay afloat. The streaming service has signed on executive multi-year deal with Emmy winners David Benioff and David Weiss. I thought they were going to be doing Star Wars, though, to create new shows and movies. EU has confirmed. The deal comes months after a long bidding war between HBO's Warner Media, Netflix, Amazon, and Disney. Oh, they're all bidding for them. Wow. Many assumed Disney would have the inside track, as Benioff and Weiss are also working on a mysterious new Star Wars trilogy, but I guess not. So, what do you guys think? I mean, these guys were hot stuff till they kind of trashed their season finale of Game of Thrones. I guess they're still hot items. I don't know.
Of course they are, man. Like just because you have one slip up on something that somebody doesn't
But
like doesn't erase like.
But it's a massive slip up. I mean, okay.
Eh,
Yes. What was the last thing you heard Ryan Johnson did since Last Jedi?
listen, I don't know shit about directors. That's the one thing too.
Huh?
I don't know very much about directors, which shows you how big it is.
I think he made another movie right afterwards, dude.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Nobody heard about it. If they did, he didn't talk about it for very long.
I certainly didn't hear about it.
Ryan Johnson has not really had much of an impact on the last game since The Last Jedi. And I'm pretty sure it's because of The Last Jedi, the controversy he called. So I'm surprised that these guys are still sought after when the fan base turned. The fan base turned.
You're absolutely right, but I mean, though, Ryan Johnson's The Last Jedi, that was a big chance he got, and the only chance he got, he fucked it up. These guys had multiple years of incredible success with Game of Thrones. Yes, the last season sucked. Yes, it might have been a huge slip up, but honestly, it doesn't bother me. Like, man, they were extremely successful in how they delivered up to that point. All of Game of Thrones. I mean, honestly, I think it's great writing, even though some of it was George R. R. Martin, but like the directing and just the production was amazing.
Well, some would say that these two are good at adapting work, but when it was time for them to put their own spin on it, they fouled it up. So that's a testament to their personal writing, to their ability to run a show. That I would think that maybe we were like, well, maybe we'll have you adapt something, but for you to create something on your own, we're not sure if you can handle that, because when you had to take the reins with no help from the source material, you fucked it up. So
correction. I do apologize about this, but I was wrong. He's only in this. He did one video short, and there's been one movie that's in post productions,
right?
And apparently in an untitled Star Wars trilogy episode 1.
Well, of course, yeah. They claim that he's doing a trilogy, but you haven't heard much of that at all. If they really were, they'd have brought up at Celebration or something. Maybe D23.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that apparently he's writing a trilogy, like a full on episode 1, 2, and 3. Well, I don't know if that's legit or not, but
didn't they write a couple of episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Right? They did. I heard they did too. I heard that.
Ryan Johnson?
No, not Ryan Johnson. The Game of Thrones dudes.
Oh, Game of Thrones guys? Oh, I'm not really sure.
Pretty sure they did, because they're really good friends with Rob McKinley.
But honestly, the only other movie that Ryan Johnson has done that's actually of any at least acknowledgement, besides the whole Star Wars one, The Last Jedi, is Looper. That's it.
Yeah.
Never seen that movie.
Looper is good. I actually like
Looper.
I love time travel movies. I love them to death, and Looper was a good movie. I like Looper a lot.
Looper on his dick.
I know that's right. All right, we're gonna move on to.
Why would you?
What? Why would you?
Why would you agree with what he said?
Because I'm all about dick.
Yeah, you're all about. Okay, all right, Vin Diesel.
Mumble growl. Family. One last round. I'm Groot.
I am Groot.
All right, so we're gonna move on to this new Galar Pokemon is a bong, and fans are going crazy. Now, you guys, I think you gentlemen missed the Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer review where they actually showed this Pokemon in action. And yes, it is the coughing like third form, I believe. And yeah, it's a big bong.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Nintendo and Pokemon Company released a new Pokemon Sword and Shield Revelations this morning, and it's delightful to get to see the host of new Pokemon. We now know that we'll be battling against very enthusiastic Team Yell, which is God, why? And we'll get to use a hangry little mouse. So Galar is a regional form of Weezing, who is a bong. He's a bong. That's it. This is a bong.
No, it's smokestacks.
And it's not
poisonous.
He is not just a bong. This is dignified to take a Weezing on some striking like smog, flare, hair. So yeah, you could say it's smokestacks, but no, that's a bong.
Actually, no. you can probably decipher it as a smokestack because it kind of resembles both. I mean, it could be.
The whole thing is this: it go by the theme, right? Coughing and wheezing. It goes into like poisonous gas, whatever. So the next iteration obviously makes sense to be a smokestack because that's where the poison gas comes from.
I want you guys to scroll down that article and you'll see that somebody actually drew a cartoon character smoking out of it like a bong. It's hilarious. And so yeah, it's a bong. I'm sorry. Actually, they actually have a pairing of the Galar next to a bong and saying, yeah, that's a bong. It's funny. It's really funny. But yeah, and there's another one saying it's a smokestack. Yeah, I don't
know what you're talking about. It kind of reminds me of him wearing a top hat and a very long, like the top hat is very long.
That's because you're high. But we're being reasonable here. So anyway, moving on. No Darfix, no, we don't care. But I'm just throwing that out there because it's funny. I think it's hilarious. All right, we're going to move on to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Star reveals his first reaction to reading the script. This article comes from comicbook.com. Donald Gleason, that debuted in the Star Wars franchise, The Force Awakens, playing General Hux, and he was in The Last Jedi, which we will not talk about. He found himself falling under the command of Kylo Ren, creating an all-new dynamic for the two characters. The upcoming Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to conclude the Skywalker saga, allegedly, leading audiences to wonder how these characters will conclude. Well, Gleason himself admitted that while reading the script, the story led him to some unexpected destinations, which will surely surprise audience. He said it was cool. It was a page-turner. That's what he told Collider about the experience of reading the script. It was different than what I had thought, and it was great. I was excited, and also you feel part of the tiny club that gets to read these things ahead of other people. It feels great. So he thinks it's going to be cool. So Hux says it's cool. What do you guys think?
My question
I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I guess.
See? There you go. There's no enthusiasm because we don't. The Last Jedi left us with nothing to speculate.
Okay, I'm excited for it, but like I'm not gonna.
No, what did it leave you with? What did it leave? Where is the story going? What are you curious about? What are you worrying about? Nothing. It left you with nothing.
I'm wondering if like Rey's gonna fuck Kylo Ren, bro.
Of course. Oh, please, no. Who cares?
I do.
Why not? Why? Seriously, so do I.
Why can't I care about shit like that, man?
Why can't they love conquers all?
She figuratively and literally closed the door on him at the end of the movie.
But she felt the butterflies in her nether regions. Come on.
You're assuming that was romance. You don't know that was romance. That wasn't even a.
Okay, you know what? You're right, Director Vibe. I will follow what you say.
No, I'm not saying that.
Director.
But you're assuming there's romance there. There was no explicit romance there. I mean, it was implied.
Because he didn't give her like chocolate and flowers. It's not romantic. I mean,
no, it was implied, but it wasn't specific. You knew there was romance between Luke and Leia. You knew there was romance between Han.
No.
And Leia.
Stop. There was no romance between Luke and Leia.
Dude, he nailed her.
No, there's no. Stop it.
But what I'm saying though is that you knew Luke. You knew in Episode 4 that Luke liked was attracted to Leia. You knew in episode 4 that Han was attracted to Leia. It was obvious because of the things that they said. It wasn't in your face, but it was obvious. It was only
they also were not. It was also you're not dealing with the enemy or the perceived enemy. So
okay.
You wouldn't make it so obvious if it was the perceived enemy. No one turned around and said, "Oh my God, that guy in all black suit that breathes really heavy. I really want to put that on his face." No one ever said that. Of course not.
Yeah, but at the same time, Han never shows attraction to Leia to her face. He's made a snide comment to Luke. In writing, you could have said something that doesn't to show that there's real romance there if you wanted to, but it wasn't. It was only implied. But I don't believe there was any romance there. I really don't. I never thought that.
I will say this. I am excited for the movie, especially. He says it looks cool. And you know what really fortifies that excitement for me? The goddamn trailer we saw at Celebration.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You were there. I saw your face.
Yeah.
I saw your face. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
How come we didn't record Vibe's face when that trailer was on? We should have done that.
Because we need to make the camera last more than a day.
Also, I'm not gonna waste my time recording him when I can watch the goddamn trailer. Fuck.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a waste of time and energy and space. You're right.
Oh, it's so hurtful. No,
It's like
the only thing about that
dealing with a red
trailer,
shirt.
the only thing about that trailer that got to me was the Emperor's laugh at the end. That's what got me because that's the only thing I speculated. Is he really coming back? Is that just a gimmick? Is he gonna be? Is he really even gonna be in the movie? That's the only thing that I'm curious about. But the Last Jedi, the Last Jedi, is left me with nothing. It left you with nothing too.
No, it
It
left me
was
with the sense of the next Force Ghost we're gonna see. It left me, with she has the books. Let's see if she gets a chance to actually read them. What happens now? Now the rebellion is down to very view. Who's gonna come and save the day or come in and join the forces?
He's in the movie.
There's
yeah,
yes.
but I'm saying,
Confirmed.
but to what capacity? You know, say if I walk into the movie and I say what's going on, guys, I get to be in the credits. To what capacity is he in the movie? Is he just going to be in like a flashback? Is he really going to be the final villain? So that's what I'm saying.
You're just gonna have to wait and find out, man.
Right,
Yeah.
but that's the only thing that
No
I can speculate
speculation.
on. That's the
No
only speculation that I
speculation.
have on.
Just
Joe
fucking
Taro,
wait for the movie.
Joe Taro, you piece of shit. What did the Last Jedi leave you to look forward to in the Rise of Skywalker?
I mean, nothing really. I actually kind of enjoyed the movie. I did.
Okay,
I enjoyed it.
that notwithstanding, when the movie ended, what were you looking forward to in the next episode?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you.
That's right.
Closure.
I'm not too
Closure.
sure.
That's right.
I'm not, honestly. I usually would have a snarky answer to this,
Right.
but I don't. I have nothing.
Exactly. It left you with nothing.
Fantastic. Can we move on to X-Men?
What's the problem? You got a problem with it?
No, we're an hour and a half in, bro. We're
Fantastic.
barely done with the open mic.
That's not my fault. You wanted to fucking ask me questions about my kids, and then you wanted like you ate up 20 minutes just on that alone.
Hey, but
All
that
right,
was a pretty good conversation.
It's
It was great. All right, we're gonna move on to one X-Men character just completely changed Marvel history. All right, this article comes from IGN.com. So how did Moira McTaggart just become the most important X-Men character ever? Marvel Comics
What kind of power is that, though?
recently debuted House of X and The Power of X, two interconnected miniseries aimed at radically reshaping the X-Men line. And already these books are having a huge impact on the past, present, and future, Days of Future Past, of the mutant race. Okay? House of X, number 2, introduces one of the biggest X-Men plot twists in years, as Dr. Moira McTaggart's deepest secret are finally revealed. So if you what was it? What was her secret?
She basically is she can she dies and she's reborn again. So at this current time she has been reborn for
10
her 10th
times.
time.
This is her 10th life. Wow.
What kind of fucking power is that? So you tell me you're just a basic human, but you could just keep on going, dying and being reborn? So what do you?
Apparently.
There's nothing else you can do. You can't shoot lasers out at your eyes, or
You're basically immortal, and you remember each one of your lives, and you can.
but you have to start from. She has to start from baby all the way to adult.
That may be
Well,
annoying, but guess what? You learn.
How many times do you wish you can go back and be a kid?
None. I don't want to go
Never.
back to being a kid. I fucking love me. I love being an adult right now. Besides the fact that I'm very stressed out every day, but still.
Yeah, working at McDonald's.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. Okay, listen right now. The dude called me one day, and he was flipping the fries or whatever it was. He had just taken them out of the deep fryer, and
I respect for somebody who used to be a.
Okay, and somebody. Yeah, I got nostalgic listening to you. I did. He took the fries out of the deep fryer. Some oil splashed on him, and I've never heard this man get so Irish ever.
Disclaimer. Fucking
Say that again?
scumbag. I said you're a scumbag and your name is Vin Diesel.
So, but listen, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting on those McDonald's coupons though. You said you're gonna hook me up.
Fantastic. So
Oh, you said you're gonna give me some of those Uber Eats coupons for McDonald's.
Hey, you guys remember that one time we were in line to pick up a poster, and then one little nerd came in like, "Hey, how's everybody doing?" I'm like, "Fuck you, faggot."
In Chicago.
Wow.
But why?
I don't
Alright,
have words.
I'm done. Let's go ahead and move
right
on.
All right, moving on to Rocco's Modern Life Revival Special at Netflix adds transgender character. Now, I didn't even know that Rocco's Modern Life was getting a revival.
Yeah,
but
I was forced to watch this the other night.
It's a good show.
It's out already?
Yeah.
The revival is out?
Yes, I was
Yeah, it's
forced
on
to watch
Netflix.
this like 2 nights ago.
I gotta go check this crap out. I love Rocco's Modern Life. Anyway, Netflix upcoming revival of Nickelodeon's Rocco's Modern Life will feature a transgender character. Entertainment Weekly reported on Wednesday, this is last week, the 45-minute revival will stream on Friday. Oh, that was last week Friday. We'll see the original character, Ralph Big Head, having transitioned into Rachel. And so basically, they come back and they have to deal with him being a she, and it's still actually the voice of Ralph Big Head, and it's really interesting. And basically, they said they chose this because at the end, I believe Rocco and the people, they went up to space. So when they came back,
audience and blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly. They have to like, it's a new world that they're coming back to, and they gotta realize that this is the new thing. So, and how they react to it. So, okay, since you watched it, Mr. Pink, what you want to give us a quick like non-spoiler review?
Okay. It's all the silliness that you expect from Rocco's Modern Life. A couple jabs at modern technology and the way modern life really is. And it's fairly accurate. There's also all your favorite characters are out there. Everyone, they brought everybody back. I mean, literally, it was well done.
Same voices.
Same voices. Everything.
Really?
Yes.
So
if you're a fan of Rocco's Modern Life,
same song.
Yes, it's a modern twist to the same exact song. They changed the lyrics a little bit.
Nice.
But everything is there. It's all the same. It gives you a sense of nostalgia. Pink Jess is a massive fan, so she was like fangirling the whole time, and she was just like, "Oh my god, they did this! Oh my god, they did that!" There's a lot of callbacks. But I myself, like I said, it was okay. I enjoyed it. I'm not as big as a fan because as everybody else, but it was still a good show.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're going to move on to James Earl Jones and Paul Bates returning for Coming to America sequel. I know, guess what? Rick Ross is joining. This is coming from Yahoo.com Entertainment. I had no idea they were doing a Coming to America sequel. It hit screens December 18, 2020. So James Earl Jones will reprise his role as King Jaffe Joffer. And basically it is... in the sequel, Akeem, Eddie Murphy, is set to become king of Zamunda, but discovers he has a son he never knew about in America, a street-savvy Queens native named Lavelle. Honoring his father's dying wish to groom his son as the crown prince, Akeem and Simi, Arsenio Hall, set off to America to meet their unlikely heir. So yeah, it's coming. Believe it or not, I'm excited. I want to see this. Even if it's gonna be garbage, I want to see this. What do you guys think? Who's seen this? The original?
The original was amazing. It was a classic, but I don't think they should make a sequel though. But oh well.
But you know what? I like the premise. They're not just going back to America just for the hell of it. There's a bastard kid out there to go get. So I mean, I have to assume that
which makes sense. Yes, I get it.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Either it's one of the girls that he probably screwed before meeting his the wife at the end, or him and her didn't work out and she went back to America. That's what I'm curious about. What is this really? Is this one of those a love child, or is this the child of the actress that ended that movie? And it'd be funny if it's her sister. It'd be really good if it's his sister's kid. Sister wanted a piece of that. So originally, yeah, we're gonna see that. I'm excited. Very, 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 very excited. Who else is excited? Are you raising your hand? Or are you just stretching?
No, I'm raising my hand. I actually, I'm very excited.
You're gonna go, man.
I'm gonna go see it because I like the first one. I'm gonna go see it.
I mean, I love the first one. I just, I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to take
turn your phone on silent or something.
It's on the other side of the room.
Sorry.
Between walk over there.
R2D2, and Darflex's parakeets, and the occasional dog.
They've been quiet today, bro.
Oh, the parakeets?
Yes, they have been.
They've been quiet now.
Don't jinx it.
I'm just saying that we give our audience a plethora of background noise.
Yeah.
So
because you know what? It's real. Okay,
Yeah.
we have
it's real.
real. It's
I
real.
must have
Real
watched it
cut.
5 times already.
You know what else is real, you suckers? Is the new official Star Wars Kids cartoon, which answers the questions nobody thought to ask. That's youtube.com/lifestyle. And it basically is called Star Wars Rollout. And it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I never watched that shit. It looks stupid. Can we skip this?
No, it's basically it's basically every character in the Star Wars universe. What if they were all BB-8s, basically? And it is probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's obviously aimed at very young kids, and everybody's shaped like a BB-8 droid. And yeah, they're just gonna replay certain things with certain characters. I don't think any of the voice actors are gonna be in this, but it's called Star Wars Rollout. So I know Joe Taro is gonna check it out, so he's gonna probably review every episode for you guys as soon as this rolls out. So look forward to that. Thank you very much, Joe Taro. Lucasfilm original. Moving on. Moving on, a token scholar reveals changes that Amazon's Lord of the Rings series are banned from making. This article comes from yahoo.com/entertainment. And so, yeah, it is revealed that Amazon has what's called a token scholar. His name is Tom Shippey, and he's been confirmed to oversee it. There's going to be 20 episodes for the first season, and it's going to run 2 seasons, I believe, so far. Amazon has confirmed that the Lord of the Rings series will take place during the Second Age of Middle-earth. The Second Age spans from 3,441 years and ends with the first downfall of Sauron. Peter Jackson's Oscar winner film trilogy took place in Middle-earth's Third Age, which the prologue to the Fellowship of the Ring is set in the Second Age. So basically, the series can do whatever it wants in the Second Age, but a lot of it depends upon the token estate. Without reading this, because I already read this, basically, they are allowed to explore the Second Age all they want, but they can't change the history of the Lord of the Rings. So if something happens, it happens. But if they want to flesh out why it happens or give a backstory to it, they can't.
Why would they want to change it though in the first place? Why would you want to change?
Well, adaptations, things change. So if
The Hobbit changed a lot.
Yeah. So if Sauron,
That's true.
If Sauron is comes to the world as a fair looking guy, you can't change it to him looking like a demon. It has to follow the pre-established history the token have, but you can expand upon it. So that's basically what they're saying. Is that it's got to remain Tolkien.
You know, not for nothing though, but Amazon keeps putting out bangers lately. Like really doing a good job, man.
Very good job.
So?
I don't know what's going on, but they're catching up. They're doing good.
Do you think so?
I think so.
Yes, I just fucking said it. Of course I think so. Yes.
I think I mean this article itself.
So
All right. Well.
Okay, listen when Joe Taro when Joe Taro mouths off to me, I kick him out of the chat. I literally did that. He didn't leave. I kicked him out myself. Talk to me. I'm the host, motherfucker. We're gonna move on because we're almost
rude.
done. And
Whatever.
what's rude? What?
I was gonna say that this article was like stupid writing. I mean, I think they just wrote it to write it because they had nothing else to cover. I mean,
because they're trying to say that Disney Star Wars Land flops. Now employees getting hours cut.
I'm talking about the Lord of the Rings one. I'm not talking about.
Oh, okay. So sorry. All right, carry on. So this article comes from foxbusiness.com. Basically, the force is not strong in summer, and employees are feeling the pinch. The new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge land made debut May 2019 in Southern California's Disneyland and has become a bit of a disappointment as employees' hours and paychecks are suffering due to lack of attendance. So basically, it's empty. It's a lot emptier than they expected. From what I understand, the limitation on hours you can stay there has been lifted. There is no more restrictions to go in there, and it's not emptier than they expected. And what they're saying though is that this is more cracks in Lucasfilm and Disney's approach to Star Wars, as it is failing to gain traction with the new generation. So they sacrificed the old generation to appeal to the new generation, and it's not working out. So what do you guys think?
I think it's just I honestly think that it's just way too soon to even discuss this. The first and foremost, you're talking about they anticipated, and this is how you normally do when you're opening up a hotel as well. So let's just opening up a business, okay? Real simple. What you do is you create buzz. Then also what you do is you anticipate, you hire for more than you're gonna need. Once you start seeing a steady stream of individuals and you start realizing exactly where you need to be, that's when you start cutting hours and firing people. That is normal business practices for anywhere and everything. Just because it has Disney and Star Wars name attached to it, oh my God, they're cutting hours. They're doing the same exact thing they've done for every other addition to a park or every other park anywhere that's been built and anywhere in the United States or the world. It's
Why the
called
fuck would you want
regular
to work
business
with Disney
practice.
anyway?
Ooh.
They're actually the benefits are pretty good, and also it's also just having it on your resume. They know that you've been through some shit.
Wow, that's actually a really good response. I actually have nothing to say about that. That's really thought out. It's
So
intelligent. It's professional. It's definitely unlike you completely. So
Fantastic.
well, like I said, this is when it comes to hospitality, it happens to be my forte. So, like I said, it's going to be expected. The whole thing, no matter what you do, when you're starting a kind of especially when you're doing guest services or even a service industry kind of situation, you always want to overload. You want to overload your staff. Why? Because at the very beginning, you're going to have a large influx. What's going to end up happening is that right now it's on a lull. Why is it on a lull? Because everyone's assuming that it has high numbers of people going there, and people are assuming that the lines are really long, so they're just not going. Honestly, I don't think that's really true either, because the fact of the matter is Disneyland gets a lot of foot traffic, but right now this is what's called low season for most hospitality industries.
okay.
Low season being basically July and August, which is still very busy for locals in hospitality, which is why they
Right.
do things like Miami Spice, Miami Spa Month, things like that.
Right.
That they do here in Florida, or they have the special for Florida residents at Universal, at Tampa, and also for Disney. They have specials during the summer. Why? They want you to come in and actually do that to
Okay.
build up those numbers.
All right. Well, so I guess just gonna be a wait and see, and we'll see what happens. And I retract my statement about it failing for now. I will be proven right, but for right now, Garbanzo successfully shut me up. So we're gonna move on to get Joe Rogan to moderate the 2020 presidential debate.
Oh my God,
Darflex.
please, that would be amazing.
So, did any of you guys look at this change.org thing?
No, I'm reading the article, but I haven't done anything.
I listened and watched Joe Rogan, but I didn't read this.
There's like a petition to get him to moderate the 2020 presidential debate, and it's almost completely signed. They required 200,000 signatures, so it's almost there.
As of right now, they have 150,095.
155,000.
No, 150,000.
On mine it says 155,630.
Right, let me reload this.
Oh shit!
Oh wow! Now I just reloaded. It was 155. Wow,
Still
it's
going.
funny. It's still going. It's still going. It's
Yeah.
coming right now.
I actually
It's
just signed
funny.
it myself just now. So.
Joe
So did
Rogan
I.
is probably one of,
I
I would say, the world's best commentator. I mean, because he's real. He doesn't play a character. He's just himself, and he's just a funny stoner. He's a comedian, but I mean, he's such a good analyzer. And recently, he interviewed Bernie Sanders on the JRE, and it was a pretty interesting podcast, honestly. And you know what? He asks the right questions. You know how he finished off the podcast? Like, all right, one more thing, Mr. Sanders. I know you have to go. Now, assuming you're President Sanders.
Oh, there it is, Joseph Shanley. Ah, look at that. Oh, snap. I just saw his name pop up. Ooh, Luis Lopez. Luis Lopez just pop up. Look at that shit. I'm sorry. Carry on.
Live feed.
And then Joe says, President Sanders, when you're president and you find evidence of aliens, are you going to tell us? So I'm like, this guy's gonna ask the right fucking questions.
That's
I mean,
question.
and the reason why I sent you this, though, is like because everything's so much of a fucking joke now. Like, why the fuck not, right?
I agree.
Why the fuck not?
Agree.
At the very least, it's not going to be boring, and Americans will actually want to tune in more than they have before.
Yeah,
I've never seen a debate in my life, honestly.
It's true, but then do we really want? I mean, this is supposed to be like.
He's not going to make it a joke, just so you know. He's actually very
I know, but I mean, do we want to really turn our presidential election into the next top model or American Idol? Because I mean, we're already delegitimizing the presidency every year with more nonsense, like having Twitter questions and outsourcing the social media. Do we really want to turn the presidential election into a joke? It is a joke, but do we want to be that overt about it?
Yeah,
for someone who doesn't care, yeah.
Okay, that's a good answer. It's a good answer, gentlemen. Do you guys agree? Well, I mean, you guys did. You guys just signed the damn petition. So, all right.
No. But the thing is, I signed the petition because the fact is that I want to see try having somebody else do it for a change, and also it also bring a lot more new blood into the politics arena, where right now a lot of people are just like they're ill-informed. And maybe this will give it a better option, a better chance for people to get a little better informed.
Right, you're right. Well, if you guys are interested, you go to change.org and sign that petition. It's almost there. I'm going to refresh right now to see where it is just before we and it's 155,781. So let's keep it going, and it keeps going. This is going to reach 200,000 by tomorrow. That's obvious. So you guys should get on that bandwagon. Be a follower, not a leader. All right. So moving on. I'm going to just briefly talk about it. This article comes from HeroicHollywood.com, and it looks like Mark Hamill is going to be suiting up as the Joker for...
I hope it's not a joke.
For Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Arrowverse crossover. He joins Kevin Conroy, who's now going to be an older Batman. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not going to watch Crisis on Infinite Earths, I don't know what else to tell you. And there is a rumor that Smallville actors are coming back. The Kristen Krick, Tom Welling, and maybe what's his name?
Lex
Luthor. They might be coming back. They're in talks about it.
What about the blonde-headed chick that got arrested for running a cult?
Yeah,
she's in prison, bro.
That's not gonna happen.
Oh, okay, she's in prison. All right, well, all right.
And the black guy, the Black Pete, he's not gonna because I think he's in jail too. So
that's all right.
Good times. So anyway,
they'll learn.
I'm telling you guys, I think this crossover, if at all possible, I would love it if we all watch it together because this is gonna be huge. So
am I gonna be Skyped while you guys are watching it?
No, you will not. All right, we're gonna move on to. We're gonna watch and then review the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance trailer. So I'm gonna share my screen with you fucks. There we go.
Wait, does this mean I shouldn't send you anything inappropriate right now, right?
No, you should not because it's gonna appear on screen.
Okay, just making sure.
We'll make pitch.
At its center, the crystal of truth, the source of all life.
Oh god, they're using real puppets.
Yeah.
The Skeksis have corrupted it.
Oh, this is gonna be expensive. Oh my god.
And now our world is at risk from the darkening.
What is the darkening?
Behold.
Oh, this is ambitious.
I saw something.
This is ambitious.
A vision. You read too many stories. No, this was real.
Everything the Skeksis ever told us was a lie. And now everyone and everything is at risk. Join me, so we may finally unite as one against our true foe, the Skeksis. We are eternal!
Wow.
Resistance is forming.
This is ambitious. I'm sorry. Wow.
I should not this. But I have hope.
light. Steady in the darkness. Feeling your destiny. I don't think anything will ever be like it was again.
No. It will be better.
I can't
Jimi
wait.
Hendrix's The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. Wow. Just like friggin' wow. Wow. Now, I have no interest in watching this series, yet that trailer was friggin' amazing, and that is probably the most ambitious thing I've seen in a long, long time. I don't know. I might need to check out this. I mean, I don't know anything about Dark Crystal.
Let's watch the original one next week.
Okay, let's do it.
Because this comes out on the 30th of this month.
Oh no, okay, so it's a regular review then. Let's do it as a regular episode then and review it and a quick mini-sode.
Wait, have you ever seen Dark Crystal?
No, he hasn't. That's what I'm saying. We should watch it this week.
I never either.
Or next week.
So let's do it. Let's watch it and then let's do a quick mini-sode review of it and throw it up there. You know, God forbid we get an actual original rest of the episode up, would be great. I'm down. This is I don't. I mean, you guys already heard me. What do you guys think of this trailer? This thing was amazing.
I think it's awesome. It looks great and it sticks true to the story. Also, their cast is strong, dude.
Yeah.
And one thing I just want to add that I mentioned earlier, they have a transgender character and they're not making a big deal about it.
Really?
Yeah. Eddie Lizard.
Wow.
Eddie Lizard.
And that's the point of it. That's what I like about that. That's the point of it. Is that Joe Taro? What did you? Any words on the trailer on that magnificent glory that you just saw?
I've seen this trailer before, but I'm not really big.
What did you think?
Fucking jerk.
Sorry, carry on. What did you think?
I was just gonna point out and say I'm not too familiar with the series, but the trailer does look nice.
Neither am I. I mean that trailer makes me want to watch it, kind of, but like I don't really care. But it's a really good trailer. Garbanzo.
I am so psyched for this. You guys have no idea.
I don't.
The Dark Crystal. I have it on original VHS. I have watched this movie 1,000 times. It's up there with Labyrinth for me. It's one of the very few movies that you can go. You can actually go back and it is 100% made with actual puppets and there's no animation. It's all really well done. And that was the movie that came out in the mid '80s.
Right.
So they actually went back to do all the practical effects. Now I'm sure that they probably did some CGI work here and there for some of the scenes. Just because it's like having that technology now. Mm-hmm. Of course you're going to use it. I mean, I agree 100%.
But it's seamless though. The CGI works
so
really well
done.
with puppetry. I was like it felt like it worked together. Like it was pretty good. Like a live action video game cutscene. That's what I was watching.
But it's gonna be even better, and I'm composed right now, but like in my head,
you can cry.
It's very.
Hey, that's what I want to hear. All right, well, we're gonna definitely check it out and give you guys a review in the future. We're running down to the wire, so we're gonna move on to what we know about Ghostbusters 2020. Darflex.
What the fuck? When was this on here?
I didn't see that on here.
Yeah, it's on the new one.
It's not, but it is on the new one. I sent you the new one in the email. Oh,
I didn't get the new one actually.
I did send the new one. I put it in the thing. It's right there. At 8:26. I put final upload because you sent me this. You don't have the website. You want the thingy?
No, I have Mark Hamill.
It's the Mark Hamill crossover.
That's right. I'll just go through it really quick. It's because it's a shit IMDb video, but all it's saying is that they're gonna do a sequel to not the female one, but the original one, bringing back the older characters, save for one who passed away. But yeah, they're gonna continue with the original characters. I'm excited for that because I mean, those old bastards, are pretty fucking funny. So that's pretty much all we know. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less.
Do you? All right, fantastic. All right, so let's briefly do this. The Boys series review. Now, who watched The Boys? I know I did. I think Flex.
I'm like almost done with the episode 5. I have like only a few episodes left.
Okay.
I binge watched that shit in a day.
Oh wow,
I haven't had an opportunity. I'm sorry.
And it's okay, it happens. I mean, I know you're adulting and Joe is not. So the fact of the matter though is that we are going to we're gonna give our just a quick overview, a quick review, if you liked it, what you thought about it, and then whether you recommend it or not, and then we're gonna move on because we gotta now go to the book, and we're just about to touch the tip of 2 hours, which is crazy. So Darflex, The Boys, what did you feel about the series? Do you recommend it?
I loved it because it was real. It was exactly what I kept bitching about Smallville. What I wanted to see in superheroes. I want them to be human, like human in the sense of their character, not their abilities, obviously. But it was violent. It was raunchy. It was great. I mean, some of them says it has strong nudity. I disagree. I was kind of disappointed with that. I wish there was strong nudity, but there wasn't. Or maybe I'm just ruined goods. Who knows? But it was an amazing series, and I absolutely recommend it. I can't wait for season 2.
It's because you saw penis. That's why it's strong nudity.
Yeah,
Did I?
Strong. Yeah, you did. You just
You saw there. Yeah, you definitely saw some penis in the beginning.
Disappointing.
Was that the invisible dude?
Yes, right.
Invisible cunt.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Translucent.
Translucent. Yep. Garbanzo. Oh wait, Darflex, do you recommend it?
I did. I said I strongly recommend it. Can we season 2?
I'm sorry, I apologize. Garbanzo.
Well, I want to start off by saying I also strongly recommend this show. I actually have been recommending this show to almost anyone that listens to me, which sadly is not many. But
you took the joke right out of my mouth.
That's not the first thing. It's a great show, well written. It's exactly what I was hoping to see. It shows that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and sometimes even big superheroes have to be held accountable for their actions.
All right, I like that. Joe Taro, your thoughts, and do you recommend it?
Of course, I recommend it. I think so far a lot of Amazon series.
Of course, I recommend it.
A lot of the Amazon, I mentioned before, Amazon has been making hit after hit so far. I mean, I've watched this and the Omen show.
Yeah.
I love both of them, but with The Boys, I agree with Flex. Like they keep it real, and it kind of almost makes me imagine like what it would be like in this life if they had superheroes. Like
who you would kill if you had superhero powers.
Right, like that, or would I be killed? Would I be killed if I was in the midst of these superheroes? Like,
it depends. Are you stepping off the curb? That's really all that matters.
Yeah, pretty much. If I step off the curb, for like 5 inches, will I get run over in like Mach speed, or
one can only hope.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend this series. It's subverted my expectations. Exactly like it actually is it reminds me of One Punch in a way, because it's basically superheroes that but the difference is that these superheroes aren't really all that altruistic. They have agendas. They have a corporation that makes them do shady stuff, and all I can say.
It's kind of My Hero Academia-esque in that aspect.
Maybe One Punch, the apathy and the cynicism of One Punch meets Hero Academia if it was turned upside down. Basically.
Light. It's light.
I'll turn upside down, but it's fantastic. It's subverted my expectation. I loved it. I absolutely recommend it. I'm actually not ashamed to say that I'm actually rewatching this series with my offspring, and they are hooked on this thing. Like they're dying to see more. So and we're halfway through the second review. So if you guys checked it out, definitely email us, keepbros@yahoo.com. Let us know what you thought about it. So last thing, Thrawn Treason book review. It's a novel by Timothy Zahn. Grand Admiral Thrawn faces the ultimate test of his loyalty to the Empire in his epic Star Wars novel. Who has listened or read Thrawn Treason?
I sadly have not.
Why don't we wait until Garbanzo finishes it?
I actually did not read this.
No, we're doing a non-spoiler review. We're not gonna. Review.
I can wait. No,
yeah. So, all right, so Joe, the same thing. We're just gonna give me your opinion of the book, whether you recommend it or not. That's it.
I did not read it.
Yeah, did I say Joe Tar? I meant Darflex. Sorry, I'm addressing you. I don't usually address you. You should have known that was a mistake.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
these current Thrawn books have been pretty entertaining. I do like the storytelling and how they portray Thrawn. I do enjoy it. I do recommend it. It's a good addition to what Timothy Thrawn has been putting out lately. I enjoyed it. It was great. Like it was a book. It's what it is. It's an addition to Star Wars. If you like the other Thrawn books, I think you'll like this one.
Do you recommend it?
Absolutely.
I was indifferent. The book is a book. It kept my attention. I love audiobooks. I listen to it on Audible. Audible send me free stuff, and I love the what's it called? The production quality of it. So that's what kept me thrilled. I like the political intrigue behind it a little bit. I liked the it kind of gave me like a Bloodline feel, and Bloodline is still one of my most favorite books in these new canon. So yeah, I like that, the backstabbing and the political maneuvering, but I think this is the weaker of the three books. I'm being honest with you. It was boring to start. The climax was not anything to write home about like the other things. All it did was make me very excited about the Grisk. I like the Grisk, and I'm hoping that the Grisk.
Okay, you mean the Chiss?
The Grisk.
The Grisk.
Ooh.
I'm excited about them, and I really want them. I like the threat that they pose to any future installments, and I would like them to flesh that out. But other than that, the book was underwhelming for me. But I do recommend it. I agree with Flex. If you enjoy the other Thrawn books, you will enjoy this just because it is Thrawn. It's great. And it fits really in between those 4 episodes that Thrawn is missing. It's Star Wars Rebels. There's a lot of overt references to Star Wars Rebels, so I find it kind of interesting with that too. So, take it or leave it. If you guys have checked it out, by all means, email us. Let us know what you thought about it. We'd love to hear about it. And that's it for Keepin the Geek Bros, episode 75. Of course, you can check us out on Instagram and Twitter. That's Geek Bros with a 0, GEKBR0S. Geek Bros with a 0 at yahoo.com. Facebook.com. That's Geek Bros with a 0. Listen to us every Wednesday night at WeBeGeeksPC.com, or watch us the following week with the video recap, youtube.com/Survivor Studios. Shameless promotion, gentlemen, before we wrap it up. Darth Flex.
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Darth_Flex or DarthFlex Performance, and you can check me out also on Instagram at the Bearded Craftsman.
Garbanzo.
Yeah, you can actually find me on Twitter, the Gram, or on the YouTube. Bean TKE278. That's BEAN TKE278. Also, on Facebook, you can find me on Garbanzo's Corner. Shoot me a couple ideas of what to talk about. I know there was one this week, but it's just been a hectic week, and I definitely will be talking about my Disney trip next week.
Fantastic. Joe Taro.
You could find me at Instagram. Oh, the Gram. Sorry, the Gram. And,
no, don't. Please don't. Use Instagram, please.
Oh, God. Swear to God, I can't stand you.
You know why I'm treating you like this, and you know exactly why I'm treating you like this. More so than ever.
I actually don't. But anyway, you can find me on Instagram at JOETARRO and Twitter JOETARRO.
Fantastic. And of course, on Vibe, you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. It's all the same. That's what you call brand consistency. It's Vibrev Studios. That's VIBEREV STUDIOS. So, with that being said, I'm Vibe.
Darth Flex.
Garbanzo.
Joe Taro.
And geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.